Don't you think it's crazy that the surface of planet Earth is 70% water?
Hello guys, we're gonna be watching something
Maybe that's why the depths of the ocean are so attractive to
maybe
many.
scary.
But sometimes, those enigmas allow us to take a look, only to end up with more questions. Ready to join
Never
the
mind, I won't do that. Maybe I'll watch this.
Some of the creatures on this list have been well identified for years, while others remain a mystery. Try to imagine how you would react if somehow you found yourself face to face with each of these giants. Or better yet, how would you survive? Chills. Number 10. Luis checks the mail. Luis Camacho is getting his mail one sunny day when he suddenly stops and looks around.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe, but somehow his surroundings feel different and mysterious. He soon locates the source of his bad feeling. After getting onto his hands and knees and peering into the sewer grate, this is what he sees down a long tunnel. A giant alligator looks back at him, its mouth wide open. It lets out a ferocious hiss as a warning sign not to come any closer. The two of them hold eye contact, and then Luis quickly backs away to call the authorities. The alligator was removed shortly thereafter, but Luis will never forget how close he came to having to fight for his survival. It would have been a struggle that he probably would not have won. One more thing, look closely at the tape. And you'll see a small green ball resting by the alligator. I can't help but wonder if, moments before this recording, a small child or dog went to retrieve the ball and saw the same thing that Luis did. Number 9. The Curious Blob. This footage, taken from a British oil rig, looks fairly normal until a massive monster slowly rises from the depths of the sea.
What the hell is that? Oh, that looks like dog poop. And
Its shimmering, shapeless body is both mysterious and mesmerizing as it glides across the ocean with a silky stride. The camera person excitedly pans around to keep the beast in their sights. Unable to believe what they are witnessing, the formless monster hangs around the rig for a while before losing interest in moving on. When this video first surfaced, most
call it
people
the
thought
poop
that it
blob.
had to be part of a whale, but that theory proved incorrect. Scientists said that part of the whale was too nutritious to float around the ocean for very long and that it would be eaten almost immediately. They were eventually able to identify the creature as a giant jellyfish called the Deepstaria reticulum. Number 8. The largest gator ever. Imagine being on a nature preserve and seeing this scaly monstrosity walk directly in your path.
This gator had quite the audience yesterday at Circle B Bar Reserve in Polk County. Kim Joyner is sharing this video with us. Thanks, Kim. And you can see the gator slowly walking across the grass.
That's exactly what happened to the visitors of the Circle B Bar Reserve in Polk County, Florida. Fortunately for them, the alligators seem to be more concerned with finding water than finding food. The largest Florida alligator on record is a little over 14 feet long, but wildlife resource officials believe that the alligator in this video could have been larger. The only problem is that they are too afraid to get an official measurement, and I honestly can't say that I blame them. Number 7. Leviathan Hears a Giant. A YouTuber named Leviathan is on a hiking trip when he hears strange noises in the distance. Just when he seriously suspects that he's not alone in the woods, a series of large footprints confirms his suspicions.
And skip.
predatory call encourages him to make a
No,
and
skip.
sell for around $200 a piece. Scientists have been finding their hollowed out shells for years, but only recently did they get their hands on an actual
Okay, maybe I'll go back.
the slimy find. Leviathan still has no idea what was making this noise or exactly how large it was. Number 6. The slimy find. These gigantic slimy mollusks are hunted in the Philippines for their strange shells, which resemble an elephant's tusk, and sell for around $200 a piece. Scientists have been finding their hollowed out shells for years, but only recently did they get their hands on an actual specimen for further study. When they cracked open its shell for a closer look, this is what came slithering out. The 5-foot-long creature flops out of its casing and stinks up the room. It was found in a sulfur-rich mud pool where it had been feasting on putrid bacteria for years. Who knows what else researchers will find at that location.
Ew.
Number 5. The construction worker discovery. Construction workers in Brazil were performing a demolition job when they came across the flattened remains of a 33-foot anaconda. If you want to get a better feel for how gigantic this snake is, just count how many seconds it takes them to film the reptile's entire body. Not much more information about this story is available, but then again, not much more information is required. This is a gigantic snake that, given the opportunity, would have little problem squeezing your ribs until they cracked and making you its next meal. Number 4. Stalked and eaten. If you ever travel to the Indonesian islands, be on the lookout for these 150-pound human-hunting lizards. The Komodo dragon has a never-ending appetite that allows them to eat up to 120 pounds in a single meal. In other words, they can eat something that's 80% of their own body weight without much of a problem. They will even eat humans if they become desperate enough for food, which is surprisingly often. They have been known to ambush stray tourists on trails and have even gone after entire villages. In 2007, for example, an 8-year-old boy was hunted by a Komodo dragon. He did not survive. Other famous incidents include a Komodo dragon who ate the top of a person's foot while they were visiting the Los Angeles Zoo. Number 3. The Sky Creature. This footage was reportedly taken on a flight somewhere over Zambia. A person is casually recording. The creature seems to keep pace and ride alongside them for a moment before disengaging and twisting away.
What the
The obvious answer to this is CGI. If it's not CGI, however, then what this creature could be is anyone's guess. Number 2. The Beijing sighting. This footage supposedly comes from the capital of China, where a massive, slow-moving creature makes its way across the polluted city landscape. It's hard to tell how many
Well, we
legs this
black
sky creature
Americans, and
has,
we must
or
be
what its
lucky,
overall
'cause it ain't in
intentions are.
Dallas.
It doesn't seem to be that aggressive, but the ground shakes under its gigantic steps, and army helicopters circle above, obviously ready. According to the uploader, this footage was suppressed by the Chinese government, who has a tight grip on all forms of news and social media. This could very likely be CGI, but if it's real, then there is no information as to how this situation was ultimately resolved. Before we get to number 1, if you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT with underscores instead of spaces. I also have a Twitter at YT_chills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions. If you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, then hit that subscribe button because I upload a new...
Let's get to number 1.
Islands. Sometime in 2017, a huge humanoid is stomping off in the horizon, its footsteps echoing throughout the tropical night scenery.
What the fuck?
The creature appears to have 4 long limbs and a gigantic bushy upper body that is completely covered in some kind of fur or else some kind of plant growth, possibly leaves or mold. It lets out a huge bellowing roar as it makes its way across the island. In the unlikely case this is not CGI, then what you are witnessing is definitely a modern day giant or some sort, though its true origins may never be fully understood. Thanks for checking out this.
Maybe I'll
It
take
is
that.
said that 3 a.m. is when most
Oh!
paranormal and scary events happen.
Oh!
As these videos show, it might just be better to go
Why
to
you
bed
running?
early instead.
I'm joking.
Number 11. A ghost hunting channel called Holy Walkers is exploring an abandoned building at 3 a.m. to catch some spirits on video. The first thing they notice is a discarded bike and a pile of clothing in the front yard. So either people occupy this building or something extremely terrible happened here. They keep thinking they hear voices, but nothing is really getting picked up on video. One thing they do record though is a noise that sounds like a firework or a shot.
What the Get out!
I think this sound might be paranormal because it's hard to tell its exact location, which means it might be residual energy from a bad event. After a bit of searching, they find a discarded round on the floor. While they are pondering what could have happened here, they hear another phantom
done.
shot and all go running. Either someone was trying to
Oh my god, I saw it!
something seriously paranormal is there.
I'm
Number
done.
10.
I'm done.
2 friends stand in a creepy gray shed in the middle of the night to see who's the bravest. At approximately 3 a.m., they hear a quick sawing motion on the other side of the wall they're standing by, followed by some white orbs.
In the morning, and it's pretty creepy. Was that you?
No,
Was that you?
no.
When they go outside to investigate, the door slams behind them. Except there's just one problem. There's no door and there never was.
What the?
But now they're freaking out, but neither wants to be the first to leave, so they go back inside. Then when they are standing in the center of the room, talking about a little girl who supposedly haunts this place, they hear the noise again, this time from the far corner.
Girl, yeah, or whatever.
Don't!
At this point,
Don't.
bravery is the last things on their minds as they
Don't do this to me!
A YouTuber named The Legends TV is exploring a tunnel at 3 a.m. when he comes across a stenciled message on the wall. It's a rant about someone who doesn't want to take their medicine or live in a hospital anymore, perhaps made by someone who escaped an institution and now lives down here. To further support this theory, they find a lone baby doll laying in the dirty water, and tucked under the doll's arm is a steel blade. For all I know,
Oh
this could
my
be traced by
god!
someone
Oh
who is
my god!
already
No!
dead.
No, get out! Oh,
This red
oh my
cloak
god, is a...
appears to be matted hair stuck to the wall, almost
Eh.
like someone's scalp. Number 8. It's late at night when a group of friends hear a woman screaming for help and decide to investigate inside the house. They enter and look around trying to figure out where the woman
Oh, I
is.
thought that was someone
Soon the
else.
cameraman realizes their female friend is no longer with them, and as they head upstairs, they see her getting dragged into a room. They try to go back downstairs, but there's someone blocking their path who appears to be possessed. With the group trapped inside the house, they are eventually each picked off by whatever was in that house. According to the footage,
okay
the group
then.
was never...
So guys, since I got creeped out so bad, getting scared, so we're gonna be ending it here, guys. It's half of the video. So bye, guys. Have a nice time.